Okay, little upgrade today. So new charge controllers turned up. We decided to use this one because they're known as being pretty tough. I don't know anything about it really, but that's what I've heard. And it was on eBay, so I got it. It's brand new. It was boxed and everything, but someone had it as a spare, so picked up that. So we're going to get that connected up today. I've run internet out to the shed here, so I've got Wi-Fi out in the shed, so we're going to get this charge controller networked so I can monitor it off my phone and everything. It's all going to be very fancy. So I'm going to figure out all the settings. It's got dip switches and things that I need to figure out. Start sort of wiring it up and stuff, and then we'll see if we get much of an efficiency increase. My feeling is we're going to get a good few watts extra out of this one. Okay, let's get these switches done on here. So switch 1 should remain off, it says. So switch 2 and 3 are the voltage. We want 24 volts. We want switch 2 on, switch 3 off. So switch 2 on, switch 3 off. And then 4, 5 and 6 are battery settings. Now we are AGM, so we want 4, 5 and 6, we want off, on. So off, on. Sorry, I've done this wrong. So 2 and 3, yeah, so 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So 4 is off, on. Okay, and then what are the other two switches? 4, 5 and 6. Switch 7, battery equalization. Okay, so I need to check on that. I'm not sure. I'll put it on manual for now, because equalization, manual, switch 7 is off. Have it on manual because I don't know that for now, so I can change that. Ethernet security, switch enables disabled configuration, so I have enabled because I want to be able to mess with it today, so I'll enable that. Okay, so there's our dip switch settings done. Let's try and get this wired up and mounted. Okay, so the charge controller is in the cupboard. I've just got a temporary Ethernet cable coming out of it and stuff, just to do some testing. Now, if we go on to so we have a look, we've got a slightly less output. So I've got 277 when before I had 280, so we've actually gone down a little bit in efficiency. If you have a look at the 278, if you have a look at the voltage there, 38.72, that's not high enough. That needs to be higher than that by my calculations. This controller isn't making the correct calculations for this cell. So I just walked to the length of the pipe, and I noticed there's a few areas where the pipe was just sort of sitting on some sticks and taking a slight upwards angle. So, and there's another few spots where I could do with digging the pipe down a little bit, because it sweeps upwards a little bit. So there's some efficiencies to be gained there for sure. Okay, so just here there's a bit of a problematic area where the pipe comes along, because if you have a look, don't know if you can see that, but it's going uphill, so that is a problem I'm going to fix now. We're going to dig that out a little bit there, bury it, so that will give us better efficiency, probably in the realms of maybe even a percentage point, so that'll be good. So let's get that done, because this is serving two purposes. Once that's not going uphill, it's slightly more pressure, but slightly more pressure puts slightly more water through as well, so it will increase by, I don't know, a few watts at least. Worth doing, basically. Okay, so we made the pipe level and got this little section of it here buried, so let's go and see if we added any efficiency. We've got another section to do yet, but see if we're actually making any difference by doing this. So we've got the high points taken out of here, as you can see. Now it goes under the footpath as well. I think over the years, as and when I'll get this sort of shallow buried, just do it bit by bit. Okay, just getting this trench up here filled in a little bit. This bit across the path there. So I'll do that, and that'll be another nice little job done. Okay, we've got the trench filled in. A nice little job done. Pipes under there, obviously it comes out of the stream over here. exits out around the corner here, and then off down there. So a very kind subscriber actually sent me this nice 3-phase isolator here, so we're going to put this into the turbine house. It's going to tidy things up a little bit, so we're going to do that. That's going to be an upgrade, and I've got some other things to show you as well. Okay, so we've got the isolator installed there. It's pretty dark in here, so I can't show you too much, but you get the idea. Nice little job done. Could do with a gland for here. I didn't have one, but I'll get one next time I'm out, and be an easy job just to pop them out of the terminals, slip a gland on there and sort that out. But everything else looks nice and tidy, so we get the turbine back on. So now that I can turn that now, that isolates the turbine, turns it off. So that's a nice little job, waterproof housing and all that. So that's next little job, tidying up job I need to do. Let's get this filled back in. We'll put a bit of concrete on it to sort of stabilise it where it is, and then put all that stone and that back in there as well. So let's have a little go at that. So I'm just going to fill this in with this concrete I got mixed up here. So just so you know, before anyone says, why are you filling in your joint, that isn't concrete, that's clay. That's stopping the water coming down here. So I can see that comment coming a mile off. So we're going to concrete in this bit here, just this section here, just to give it a bit of mass and stick it, so you know, if the water hammer effect tries to move the pipe at all in any way, it's got a bit of mass to stop it from pushing on the turbine. Okay, there's another nice little job done. So we've got some mass there now. Let that cure, and then you see the joint's still exposed. I'll just cover that with rocks. Right, the problem I'm having is with the efficiency. It's all turned off at the moment. But what happens is it goes to do a sweep, figure out the sweep voltage. It's just all off at the moment. But it goes to figure out the sweep voltage, and now the turbine is spinning fast. It quickly drops the load off the turbine for a split second, and that in the solar panel would let the voltage go up, and then it would quickly figure out the best, most efficient voltage, and then it would make a calculation and give you the most efficient thing. However, in a turbine, what happens is, because it does it so quickly, it doesn't have a chance for the turbine to spin up and get to a high enough voltage, so then it reads a voltage which is too low. So I need to set a fixed point, a fixed voltage point for it to pick up. So I go into the controller, and there's a setting that that I thought would make it work. So in here, so we'll read the configuration. I'm connected to it via the Wi-Fi in the shed here. So there we go, there's our configuration. Now what I've done is I've set this array voltage percent of VOC fixed. So what I want is 85% of, that's what I've calculated should work out well. So if I set that at 85%, if I do a percentage, it will work hopefully in a linear way when I've got the turbine turned up and down. So I've set it to 85% because that should give me a higher voltage, and I program it to the charge controller, and it doesn't do that. So if anyone knows why that is, it still finds the 38 volts or so when I want it to be finding up to about 45, nearly 50 even. So this is what I'm talking about here. Look, so as you can see, I know for a fact that the turbine can do way more than that with everything else involved. It's this charge controller. I need this voltage to go up. I've set it in the program in MS View to look for 45 volts or 85% of this, but it's not doing it. I don't know why, and I don't know how to fix it. So it's either going to be sell this controller and experiment with a different one that does do it, or or I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of it somehow, because I can't be wasting this 20 watts. It's more than that actually. It's close to 30 watts at the moment, because yeah, that 270 is low. I've had 280 off the other controller. Stupid phone. It won't go on silent for some reason. Yeah, I've had 280 off the other controller, so gonna have to get to the bottom of it one way or another. But I'm generating more power than I need at the moment anyway, so it's not a big deal. I just had to run the Hoover for ages then, just to try and make this, just to get the turbo to kick in, because the solar's coming in as well. But yeah, I can't bear the fact that it's not as good as it could be. So yeah, please, if anyone knows how to fix that, I need to get that array voltage way higher than what it is, and it doesn't seem to want to do it. So yeah, please let me know in the comments. Okay, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.